Hi guys, today I'm just gonna talk about what I learned today. I'm implementing my own design system inspired by ShadCN and Radix UI. Basically, I'm just making ShadCN but using like Banner extract those kind of thing. So I'm just copying the style of the ShadCN, and but the I'm just gonna make it into my own design system for that. But But the thing is that it was very difficult. I think it is kind of difficult because I was not really doing it wisely. What do you mean wisely? So I'm just gonna explain with this. This bed. Okay, let me just try to. When you're trying to learning something. Example, you wanna make your own design system, and of course you have to first of all get grasp of what is design system, and what I believe is that's called the abstractions. You have to know about some kind of about design system, and that's the abstraction thing, and after that you really have to really deep dive on it. So what I mean deep dive is you have to compare compare the big tech companies. Also, what does big tech companies do? Like, what kind of design system strategy that the big companies do? And you have to compare it, and then you finally conclude this is the way of it, and you have to deep dive on it. And after that, you have to implement it. And and the thing is that the instructions is basically it's really simple. It's really simple, and just you just have to read it. Just you just have to read it. But the thing is that until this part is really simple. But the really what I think of the most hard, not hard thing is, but it make you it eventually make you uh, to suffer is deep dive. You have to know about how really design system works, and you have to really deep dive on it. And this is the part of of what I really believe it is. This is the part is, or sorry, my English is not working. So this is the most hard part in these four steps, and um, this actually the confession of what I'm doing today. Actually, I did some kind of abstraction and compare with the big technique of how they do, and just rather than going to deep dive, I just I didn't go deep dive. I didn't really dig really deeply, and I went to the implementation of it. So what's the bad thing about it? When you're trying to when you're trying to implement rather than just um, studying about deeply is you eventually face the problems. Your software engineering is just the multiple problems, and of course there's so many computer science knowledge of it. But basically, uh, you have to know about some kind of deeply rather than implementation of it. So the reason I go to the implementation was uh, that's actually my big mistake. I was really arrogant. I was really arrogant. What I mean is arrogant is I thought I could make something. Of course, I could make something. Something. I believe I could make something, even though that's really hard. But that is not efficient. Making something has to be really fast and quick, and you have to know what the thing is. But if you don't know how does it work, that is gonna be really bad software. So basically, I was really arrogant, and I just went to the implementation of it. So and I think I had to change it. What do I had to change it? If you look at this video, if you look at my YouTube channel, I before making a design system, I talk about how instruction work and how computer works with the using whiteboard, right? And that really made me to have a flexibility when I face the problems about those kind of things. But the reason why it was possible is because I did the deep dive into that. I really go to deep dive how does it work, ask why, and multiple times of it. And but the thing is that I didn't put the asking why or deep dive into this part, and I think that's a real big mistake because I have to make this design system on till last week before the college start. So my strategy is tomorrow I'm just gonna go deep dive. I'm just gonna go deep dive. How does it work? How design system works? How do we name it? And what is the important kit of the design system? I'm just gonna deep dive into it. And also I'm gonna start making the video rather than rely on this laptop. I'm just gonna try to use this whiteboard and to explain to somebody after the deep dive of it. So that's the kind of the troubleshooting what I faced. But I'm just gonna just elaborate the here now. So look at here. So I'm defining I'm defining some kind of the data of tokens of the data using YML. If you look at this, there's a bunch of YML, and after that I make into some kind of CSS file. After CSS file, I make into Banner extract interface, and I create theme for the Shadcn, my own design system, but inspired by Shadcn. And after that, I implement using React. If you look at here, if you look at how buttons looks like, it's just like this. This is really important thing about. I know there's type errors, but let's skip it. And this Banner extract is really powerful that you can just use this theme as a variable, variable, and that is really blazingly amazing. So if you look here, the buttons working really fine, and the variance is working really fine also. Even its outline is working really good, secondary working really good, and ghost is working really good, and the link is also working really good. Of course, side is gonna be working really good, yeah, like this. But to make this kind of button, even single small button, was really time wasting. I spent like 1 week of understanding and design something and implementing those kind of things. But I really believe that if I already deep dive on it, I could already make it. So I think I'm just gonna talk about this stuff. Making design system is really hard. Why? Because you have to you have to collaborate with the designer of some kind of theme you have to make. But the thing is that if you're just the person just wanna make a design system by yourself, example, you're a front-end engineer, if you don't have a designer, just copy some kind of styles of Material UI or some kind of UI library that used. So I'm using Shadcn. I'm just copying the style of the Shadcn UI but implement my own but the design system. And the bad thing about the thing is it's already constructed with the variables, and what I thought, and even the naming system is really weird. There's no design system like naming thing like JDS button, background color, background. But there's no some kind of design name, or they just use some kind of simple variables, and they utilize the variable really nice, and I think that's really good. But my first mistake was let's implement from scratch. I really know how design system really looks like. Let's try to implement whole, like every tokens of it. example, there's color amber, cyan, and let's implement it with the YML, and let's change it to JSON, and let's change into CSS using Star Dictionary, and let's change it to theme using build script, and let's doing it blah 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 blah, and let's check is the style is matching with the Xiaoxian. And this kind of process is making me really tired, because this, of course, style is not compatible with this, and I have to define my own self, and that is really really bad. So, so what I did right now is, rather than making my own, like focus on the design system, my own tokens, I just copied the tokens from the Xiaoxian UI, like variables, and I just make it into vanilla extract, and I just declare with it just the simple component. So it's like bottom to top versus top to bottom. And making design system, if you're like software engineer, if you don't have designer, if you're just first time, if you don't have like senior engineer in your team, just go to, I think the top to bottom is a more efficient way, because bottom to top is you don't know what to do of it. Of course, if you already do the deep dive, you're able to make this bottom to top or top to bottom, whatever. But I believe is top to bottom is, I think, is a really efficient way. So to summarize it, tomorrow I'm just gonna go deep dive rather than implementation of it. Yeah, and based on deep dive, I'm just gonna create a video of like explaining this kind of stuff using whiteboard. So this is it. Have a nice day. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.